Hey, it's Nick again from Lost Nation Homestead. There's a stag my husband's going to cut. I'm going to try and get those cleaned up and we'll show you around. Cutting that dead tree right there. Look, there it goes. Nice job. What's something you would tell someone that wants to learn how to do this? What's the most important thing? Like a sharp saw, or what was the most important thing?
Just go slow.
You've been doing it your whole life,
Yeah.
right? Like, what would you say to somebody that's just
Go easy.
yeah.
Go easy. Make sure you chain sharp. Otherwise, you get your bar pinched. Bar and chain pinch very easy. Make sure you know how the tree's leaning uphill. You want to cut a little bit top on top and a little bit on the bottom. That way your bar doesn't get pinched.
So I see your stump is like pretty flat. Is that how it's supposed to look?
That's what they say.
Perfect. And you needed the wedges. What happened with that? Why'd you need the wedges?
Because the weight was equal.
Oh, so just to tip it over. There wasn't a leaner because it was all just dead.
The weight was equal.
Yeah.
Like a little push for the wedge.
Perfect.
We got it. Yeah, and probably a smaller chainsaw if you're starting out too.
Yeah. What do you got? Oh.
Big one.
What is it?
372.
What's a good chainsaw for a beginner? Like somebody that just had a couple of trees that they won't need to cut down around their property.
55.
More easily manageable
A
and
lot lighter.
yeah.
Yeah, this is a big chainsaw. Very big.
All right. Anything else you want to say?
Now we got some firewood to burn.
All right, so I've got some really nice fresh pork chops, and I'm going to show you how to make a Robert sauce for those, and I'm also going to make some risotto with shallots, and I'm going to use the homemade chicken stock I made, and I have some fresh carrots that I canned too that I'm going to serve with this. So the first thing I'm going to do is chop up my shallots, get them sauteing up in the pan with olive oil and butter. I used half olive oil and butter for the risotto, and the risotto is just, it's a boreal rice. And we're going to cook it down with some white wine and the homemade chicken stock. So whichever wine you use, just make sure it's something you like the taste of. It doesn't have to be an expensive wine. You can use a cheap wine. Just make sure that it's something that you do like, because it's going to flavor your food. And you can make the arborio rice or the Robert sauce without it, but it's just not as flavorful without it. And the alcohol cooks out of it, so you don't have to worry about that. If you're worried about, like feeding this to your kids or something, the alcohol cooks out. So I'm just going to salt and pepper the chops, and then I'm going to throw them in the cast iron pan and get them browned up on either side. I'm going to throw my shallots into the pan with my olive oil and butter, get those. All right, so now I'm going to add the arborio rice and get that cooking up. You want to saute it in the oil and butter until it starts to get clear, and you can see like a little white dot in the middle of it. That means that it's done. So that takes a couple minutes. I've got about a cup of rice in here, and I'm going to use the whole quart of chicken stock, and I would say between half a cup and a cup of the wine. Then you want to simmer that on like a medium-low heat and get that wine evaporated until when you scrape the bottom of the pan with your spoon, it leaves, a trail on the pan. Like you can see the bottom of the pan. So you want to get it almost all evaporated. So you want to continue stirring the rice. You want to stir it pretty much constantly and keep adding chicken stock. So once your liquid gets evaporated to the bottom of the pan again, you add just enough liquid back in to cover the rice, keep stirring, get that evaporated, get it absorbed into the rice, and keep doing that until you're out of liquid and your rice is cooked, but it should still be a little bit creamy. So my rice is just about done. I'm going to add about half a cup of Asiago cheese. You could use Parmesan or, you know, any kind of hard aged cheese that you like. My pork chops are done, and now I'm going to put some white wine in the pan to deglaze and get all that flavor off the bottom of the pan. So just put it enough to, you know, cover the bottom of the pan and reduce it by and then once that has reduced, I added a couple tablespoons of mustard, and then I added heavy cream, and you do the same thing. You're gonna reduce it by half, and then that'll give you a nice thick, like a Robert sauce. It's really good on pork, especially fresh pork. Plan on doing a little bit more tree work on our property and free up some of the maples we have. Hopefully build up our maple sugar production a little bit. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't yet and you wouldn't mind taking a moment, please subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up and give us a comment. We like seeing your comments. Look forward to them. See you next time.